It is super nice to get a compliment on your fragrance. Solicited or unsolicited, it doesn't matter. Anyone who tells you that it doesn't matter whether they get a compliment is literally just trying to justify how much money they have spent without receiving a compliment on the fragrance that they bought. Let's look at some fragrances that have a good record of getting compliments. I mean, you have to remember, your fragrance will do a better job at getting compliments if you wear the fragrance in the appropriate situation. You know, usually mainstream fragrances or a little bit lighter ones usually will do good in like elevators and office environments. You don't really hug those people, but it's a little bit from a distance. While the more expensive fragrance or niche fragrance usually do a better job for after hours, like dinners or gatherings or something like that. Mostly because, you know, you give them a hug or something like that. They get in a little bit closer. That's where the niche or the more expensive ones really come to play. And that's why, you know, me personally, I kind of reserve the more luxurious ones for those kind of environments. But no matter how you turn it, you have to be approachable. I can't stress that enough. You have to be approachable, otherwise people will not give you a compliment at all. If you're walking through the streets like this, you know, you're all upset about whatever is going on in your life, no one will say, oh my God, you smell so good, because they'll be afraid of you, okay? So I've kept you long enough. Let's do what the first one, and it's going to be L'air du Désert de Marocain, or yeah, L'air du Désert Marocain, I think it is. And it's an Andy Tower fragrance from 2005. Let me see if I can get this one for you here. There you go. 2005, and it's supposed to smell like the Saharan Desert, you know, in Morocco, I reckon, or somewhere around there. It's a unique, somewhat dry, spicy fragrance. It's beautiful, it's airy, it's sweet, it has a sweet softness that will last you all day and way into the night. This is a beautiful scent, it's very unique. It's definitely not a blind buy at first, but once you get this one and you get your nose on it, you will never forget how this timeless beauty smells. It's a beautiful fragrance, and when I wear this one, I always get compliments. Plus, this one lasts all day. It's really got it's a 50 milliliter bottle here, and it really would last you for a long time. It's a great fragrance if you get your nose on it, by Andy Tower from 2005. The second one is also going to be a unique fragrance, and it's going to be from the house of Xerjoff, and it's going to be Tabac, which was launched in 2021, and this one is from the Signature line. Tabac is a smooth, sort of honey-infused tobacco fragrance with above average longevity and sillage. Now, Sahara recently came out in a newer one, and it is, if you want a little bit more leather and a little bit of deeper fragrance, they came out with this one right here. Yeah, it's also Tabac, but it's leather Tabac, so they added leather into it. If you like it a little bit deeper, a little bit denser, it has it's sort of reminiscent of this one a little bit, but not much at all. This one is much deeper, much smokier. So don't get confused. These two don't smell alike at all. If you want compliments, I think that the original Tabac is going to be the one that will get you compliments. This one here is going to be a little bit of a acquired taste. It's going to have some birch tar, some leather, some myrrh, and a touch of honey in this one. A sure bet is going to be the original Tabac for compliments from Xerjoff. Like I said, it's from 2021. This one is 2023. So don't buy this one thinking that you're going to get a more intense one of this with a little bit of leather in it. There's a lot of leather in this one. So they don't smell anything alike. And this one is more of a winter fragrance from me. Deep, cold winter, because it's very, very deep. Will it get you compliments in the winter? Probably. Summertime is going to be too much. For compliments, this is the one I would get from Xerjoff. This is a beautiful tobacco and honey fragrance. Absolutely gorgeous. Another sure bet, or a pretty good score for getting, you know, compliments. Nothing's gonna guarantee to get you compliments, but some of them, you know, they're really that awesome, and it's a pretty good chance that you will. It's a fragrance from a company called Michalev. This one here is from 2019. I think Michalev, you can see that on here. It says Michalev right here, and Michalev. Yeah. It's from 2019. It's a stunner of a bottle. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. Look at this right here. For me, this juice in here has a little bit of a nostalgic sort of feeling to it. It's like modernized in an old school way. It's a little bit more on the mature side. If I could tell you how this one smells, think the original Polo mixed with a little bit of the original Drakkar Noir and maybe, some Parfums de Marly Layton in there somewhere along that line. This one also has a cannabis note in it, but don't worry, the cannabis note in here is just a green sort of undertone, and it will not make you smell, like you've been smoking it away. Not at all. It's a beautiful scent, really well done. It is loved by many because it has such of a wide range of wearability. You can wear this if you're younger, you can wear this if you're older, because it really has a lot of different facets. I mean, think about it. If you think Polo, Drakkar Noir, Layton, Parfums de Marly, somewhere along those lines. It's a really good one, and it's by Michalev from 2019. When I wear this one, I always get compliments, even though this one is a little bit of an old school touch in a modernized way. Has a good score of getting compliments. My next one, since we were talking about leather just a little while ago from the Sahara, I did pick one leather fragrance that I like a whole lot. It's from 2019, and it's just simply called Leather by Aqua di Parma. This is a fragrance that you can wear in the summertime, even though it's a leather fragrance. It's not going to be too heavy or too dense. It has a beautiful freshness from fruits like raspberry. There is some orange and some lemon in here. It also has equally beautiful sort of floral notes like honeysuckle, and there's a touch of rose in there. Now, I'm not big of a rose guy, honestly. However, in this formulation, the rose is not going to be, too overbearing. It's sort of in the background. It's really awesome combined with the woody notes in here. This is a leather fragrance along the lines of Tuscan leather from Tom Ford. It's a little bit of a fresher approach, so you can wear this one in the summer without a problem. It smells really wonderful in the style of Aqua di Parma. When I wear this one in the summer, you got to go a little lighter on the trigger. It's going to be a leather fragrance, so you don't want to be too heavy. But because of the citruses in there and in the style of Aqua di Parma, this is a beautiful fragrance for the summer if you want to smell a little bit like leather. Let's sweeten it up a little bit with the next two compliment getters. The first one we're going to do out of those two is going to be a fragrance from Parfums de Marly. Yes, since we mentioned it earlier. It's going to be one with the note of almond as the main note in it. It's going to be Pegasus from 2011. This is a powerhouse fragrance with sort of a sweet, fruity almond freshness. It's really a beautiful scent. I really enjoyed this one. Easy on the sprayer. It's really super powerful. It will overpower you if you spray too much of it. And it will last all day and then some. Pegasus and the next one are going to be the most unisex fragrances out of this lineup due to a bit of comfortable powderiness that Pegasus and the next one will give you. You'll get compliments from all sides, boys, girls, men, women, what have you. This one and the next one, which is one from Istanbul. But if you're having a good time and you're getting anything out of this at all, don't hesitate, hit the like button or maybe even subscribe for more fragrance content. After all, our journey begins with but a single scent, and I'd love to have you on board. So don't forget, leave a like if you like this at all, if you're getting anything out of it, and hit the subscribe for more fragrance content. Istanbul is a great, amazing city, just like the house of Nishane from Istanbul. In 2017, the company released a fragrance called Hacivat. Many of you guys know this one already. It's a stellar fragrance, for enthusiasts who love sort of the pineapple, bergamot, grapefruit notes. Some people like this better than the Creta Ventus and whatever, just because it's a different take on that sort of note lineup. It's a great one. Got to be careful when you wear this one. As a matter of fact, all of the Nissanes, you got to be careful. I usually buy the 50 milliliter bottles because that's plenty for me. 2-3 sprays, and this one will last you all week. So will the next one. You will smell it on your clothes for a few days. They're that strong and that powerful. But that's not the one I really want to, kind of talk about here, even though this is a great one. The one I want to talk about is a 2019 fragrance from the company Nishane, and it's called Ani. This is a sparkly, sort of cozy vanilla fragrance. It isn't too sweet. It's a really good performer, just like all the other ones from that company. And it will get you compliments. Mainly because this is a straight up sort of vanilla fragrance. Really, really well done. Smells really good. And who doesn't like vanilla? So it's pretty much a sure bet to get compliments if you like the note of vanilla. That's Ani from 2019. The 8th one in this lineup is going to be a fragrance that ticks all the boxes. Many of you will already have known this one or heard about this one or maybe even own it already. And yes, it's mentioned a good bit, but it remains one of the most amazing compliment getters for me. And it is Naxos from 2015 by the House of Xerjoff. It's a beautiful fragrance. It has some tobacco, it has a little bit of honey, it has some vanilla, just the right amount of spice and a little bit of lavender to give it, a touch of class. It's an all-day performer for any time. Anytime you want a bit of luxury. It's a really beautiful fragrance. You can probably get away with getting the smaller one. Like once again, it's a really good performer. It's a 2015 fragrance, but every time I wear this one, I get compliments on it. Luxurious is also my next one. It has a tremendous amount of elegance. It's a stunning, creamy barbershop fragrance from the House of Penhaligon's. The Tragedy of Lord George. I mean, look at this beautiful bottle. I mean, stag right on top. Look at that. How gorgeous this bottle is. Beautiful, creamy barbershop fragrance. It's a 2016 fragrance. The perfumer behind this one is Alberto Maria's. Really a classy gentleman's fragrance. Imagine this one like wearing an English suit. It's absolutely stunning. Look at that. The notes listed on this one are like brandy, and then there's some woods, and amber and tonka or something like that. You can't really tell exactly what's in this one. The note listing doesn't really give this one justice. It's not a boozy fragrance at all. It's more classy. It's more charming. It's really a beautiful fragrance that gets the job done. It's a little bit more on the gentlemanly side, maybe not something for a younger guy, unless you're just exquisitely dressed. The only problem that I have with this one is, unfortunately, the performance could be better. It's really not that good. So you have to reapply this one, 100%, because it just doesn't last. 4 hours is really going to be the most that you can get out of this one. At least I can't smell it anymore after 4 hours. But, when you first spray it, the first 2-3 hours are really beautiful. And I always seem to get a compliment from just about anybody when I wear this one. Now, while the Tragedy of Lord George is a little bit more of a mature scent, I figured I'd put something in here that anybody could wear, and it is 100% approachable. Everybody loves this next DNA. It's a great compliment getter. It's one of my favorites to wear just about anywhere. It is approachable, it's delicious, it's unconventional for all noses pretty much. Every time I wear this next one, I get a compliment. It's pretty much that simple. And it is going to be Creation E, and it's the cologne from 2019. Raja Dove is the perfumer of this fragrance right here, Creation E or Enigma, depending on where you are in the world. I've had people come up to me in the street and go, "Oh my God, you smell incredible," as I'm passing by. "What are you wearing? This smells so good." Now, we truly know that, Coca-Cola is sort of the fragrance, or Coca-Cola is, well known throughout the world. Everybody loves it. It's fun, it's sweet, it's, sparkly. It's really wonderful. And this one has really captured that in a fragrance that is just that good. It's for the younger people. You can wear it if you're younger, but you can also wear this. There's plenty of depth and transition in this fragrance as you wear it if you're a little bit more mature. It's an absolute gorgeous fragrance. I love wearing this one when I go out, to gatherings and stuff like that. It's a really beautiful fragrance. It's sort of a timeless fragrance. You can wear this one 10 years from now if you want to, and it'll be every bit as good and every bit as enigmatic. This is timeless goodness with a touch of enigma. But as with anything else, if you aren't approachable, no one will give you a compliment, especially in today's environment. So one of the very best ways for you to improve your look is to smile. And of course, subscribe. Until next time, take good care, always smell nice, and I will talk to you soon.